So here's your first look at a retail and fake pair of the Nike Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Golf. Can you spot any differences? Hopefully this video helps you. Hello, today we're taking a look at two pairs of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott Golf collaboration. One's real, one's fake. It's just an updated version and it's here to help you at home if you are trying to authenticate your pair. So I must emphasize it does not support the counterfeit industry in any way. It's just to help you at home if you are trying to purchase your pair. So let's get straight into it and talk about the two boxes. So here are the two boxes. Hold them up to the camera. This is the retail one here, this is the fake one here. Look at the color difference. You'll see the fake one here is a slightly more yellowy, almost has a slight green hint to it compared to the creamy box of the retail one here. Practically the same size. These are both a UK 9 in sizing, but in terms of the color of the cream, it's different from retail to fake. The brown on top, I would say it's slightly lighter brown on the retail one compared to the fake one. However, it's a lot more close. But let's spin them around and take a closer look at the labels. So if we look at the two labels, and I'll give you a close-up of this, you can see where it says USA 10. This is slightly different on the fake one compared to the retail one. So the placement is actually slightly off. If you look at the color where it says neutral olive black sail, this is larger on the fake one compared to the retail one. But once again, it is really close. So if you are struggling at home, just pause the video here and freeze frame it on the size labels and just make sure your pair at home matches up to the retail pair here. But nobody really cares about the boxes, so we'll open them up. Let's take a closer look at the shoes themselves. Let's open up the fake pair first. So pink paper comes on top like this. Retail one here. Once again, pink paper's on top. However, there does look like there's a slight color difference between the two pink papers. So what I would say, as you can probably see on the camera, this is a darker pink or a more bold pink. Then this one's much lighter, more summery pink, I'm going to say that, compared to this one where the pink is just the wrong color. But we'll move the paper because you might not see this if the pair's on feet or doesn't come with a box. So we'll take out the shoes and compare them side by side. So here are the two pairs. From first glance, do you see any differences? Hopefully this video helps you so you can authenticate your pair at home. So the first difference I'm going to point out, on the retail pair, on the left shoe, it does come with this label here on a dead stock pair, just letting you know that the upper is actually waterproof, which is really helpful for a golf shoe. But the fake one does not come with this label, not there on the fake one. So I do not know if these are waterproof or not, but I will try them out maybe and make sure they are waterproof. That'll be a good test to do. So the next difference I'm going to point out is actually the toe box shape of both. So as you can see here, there's a fake one here and the retail one here. And I would say that the guard here, this kind of leather guard at the front here, goes up a little bit higher on the retail one compared to the fake one. The fake one's a lot lower, which I guess in golf actually would affect it because this leather part here is a lot more waterproof. So it goes up a little bit higher on the retail pair compared to the fake one, where it's not got this material cut correctly. So this bit here on the fake one is actually slightly lower than the retail one. Looking at that nubuck suede material on the toe box, I would say it's actually relatively close. There is a slight difference in color. Hopefully that's coming across on the camera. It's a lighter color on the retail one here compared to the fake one, where the green is slightly darker. It isn't matching up correctly, and this is all over the shoe at the green sections. It is slightly darker on the fake one compared to the retail one. So like I said, both pairs here are dead stock. They've never been worn, never even been tried on. The retail pair, this is how it comes dead stock laced. So it comes pre-laced and tied all the way to the second top lace hole, as you can see here. Whereas on the fake one, it didn't come like this. As you can see, it comes like this. Both top two lace holes are untied, and it's just not the same mechanism of pre-lacing as it is on the retail one. Obvious difference between the two, and telltale if you have a dead stock pair and you're buying it, should come pre-laced like this. Spin the shoe around to the outside and we look at that backward swoosh, which is iconic to the Travis Scott collaborations, and we look towards the front of it here, and you look how it goes with that stitching underneath and how it's placed. As you can see there, very close to it, really tight to that double stitching as well. Whereas on the fake one here, if I show you to the camera, you'll see, look at that large gap between the double stitching and the swoosh tip right there. As you can see, a much bigger gap on the fake one compared to the retail one. I must also say, just noticing there, really easy, on the outside here, this white panel here is a tumbled leather, but a very soft tumbled leather on the retail pair, whereas the fake one looks like a fake tumbled leather. It's very obviously done and looks very different from the retail pair, and also feels very stiff compared to the retail one. I have to say the retail one here is a really soft cushioning leather, and actually feels really good compared to this one, which feels a bit plasticky. I don't like the feel of this leather. It does not feel the same as it does on the retail one. On the inside of the retail one here, you'll see the Cactus Jack symbol like this, and the 3 dashes at the top there. One is on that stitching line perfectly, and it's placed quite low down, as you can see here. Whereas if we look at the fake one, I'll show you here, look how high up the dashes are, all over that stitching line. Really clear to see the placement of this is incorrect compared to the retail one. This might be really hard to see, but the underside tread obviously has a golf tread on the bottom. I would say it's obviously noticeable on the retail pair here, but the fake one, the stud section, I guess, the grippy section, looks a lot higher than on the retail pair. So these are much more aggressive on the fake one compared to the retail one. And it just affects the overall shape of the shoe, which makes it look a lot chunkier on the fake one. So this one actually sits a little bit higher than the retail one. The retail one sits a little bit lower. It's probably about half a centimetre to a centimetre difference. Quite noticeable when you have them both side by side, but the grooves on the fake one are definitely sticking up more than they are on the retail one. Okay, hopefully this shows up on the camera. Here's the retail one here, and you'll see the stitching going all around the sole, which attaches the sole to the upper, is all individual. So you see 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way along, and that's consistent all the way around the shoe like it is on pretty much all Jordan 1s. Whereas if we look at this one here, if we get to this section, hopefully look, 1, 1, 1, but this is a double and this is a double, so it's a stitching error on the sole, clear to see between the fake and retail, and just an obvious difference. So just make sure when you're checking your pair, look at the stitching going all around. It should be in single stitches and not have a double stitch anywhere. Okay, let's take a look inside the shoe. So they do both come with cardboard shoe trees. Might be quite hard to get out of the retail one because it's tied quite tight. There we go. In terms of the differences, they're not really that big. It's slightly more indented on the fake one compared to the retail one, but it's relatively close. On the inside as well, you can see, hopefully you can see on the camera, the retail one says molded sock liner, whereas the fake one says die cut sock liner. Difference again, so something to note if you have a dead stock pair and you've got these inside, just check the text on the inside. Take out the insoles. Well, noticeable difference between the insole is the placement. So if you look at the size and placement of the symbols on the insole, easy to see differences right away. I don't even need to point them out because it's quite obvious where the placement differences are. In terms of color on the underside, it's a little brighter blue on the retail one here compared to the fake one. It's a lighter blue, but no one's going to see this, and that's actually quite a small difference. So this sneaker comes with 3 sets of spare laces. You get this kind of like lime greeny yellow one, a black one, and also a brown one. I'm not sure if any of those will really go with the color of the sneaker, but there we go. Get the same ones on the fake pair, but let's compare the colors. So first up, we have the yellow greeny one. It's a lighter color on the retail one here. It's slightly more bright on the fake one. It just stands out a lot more. So there's a clear color difference, and also it looks a little bit shorter of a lace. Here's the brown one, and as you can see, the brown one actually looks quite dark on this one. It is darker than the fake one. The fake one's got the color incorrect between the 2 pairs. And then lastly, here's the black one. They look pretty much the same color, same material. However, the lace is definitely shorter on the fake one compared to the retail one. So that is the end of this comparison. They are getting closer with this pair, but there are still differences to note between the retail and fake. So if you are purchasing a pair of golf shoes for around, I don't know what these go for, £700 I think it is now, you're going to want to get it right. So hopefully this video has helped you. And if you spot any more differences between the pair that I haven't pointed out, comment them down below so you can help other people. Yeah, this is a real and fake pair of the Nike Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Golf. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an amazing day. And if you want shorter content, follow my TikTok where I'm doing giveaways as well.